a peaceful mushroom quest becomes a frightening mystery in the dark, shadowy depths of the Okanagan-Wintagee National Forest, where towering trees whisper old tales. Hildegard Hendrickson, a vibrant 79-year-old woman from Seattle, disappeared into these woods on a cool June day in 2013, never to be seen again. Despite intensive searches and desperate efforts to determine her fate, Hildegard vanished without a trace, leaving only questions and a terrifying stillness. What might have happened in those quiet, sweeping forests? Let us explore the deep mystery of Hildegard Hendrickson's disappearance. A case that's puzzled detectives and captured the hearts of many. Prepare yourself for a long journey into the unknown, where every hint delves deeper into the darkness and every answer seems to disappear. Who was Hildegard Hendrickson? Hildegard R. Hendrickson was born in Yugoslavia to a German family displaced after World War II. Studied in the United States, earning a BA, MBA, and PhD from the University of Washington. She joined Seattle University in 1967, leading the MBA program and serving as the sole instructor for money and capital markets courses until her retirement in 1996. She also chaired the economics department and served in several critical roles, including acting associate dean and faculty member at the National School of Banking. Hendrickson's legacy at Seattle University from 1967 to 1996, as well as her strong community involvement, continue to inspire many people. What actually happened on the day of the incident? It was a normal day on June 8, 2013, when a happy and smiling Hildegard Hendrickson was searching for a treasure trove of wild mushrooms. She never returned from that mysterious forest. There was no trace of her in the forest after several searches. At the time of her disappearance, she was known as the most amateur mushroom expert in the region. After 6 days of searches coordinated by the Emergency Management Department of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, no trace of Hildegard Hendrickson was found. Some members of the Puget Sound Mycological Society, where Marian Maxwell was president at the time, took part in the searches. Many of them credited their enthusiasm for mushrooming to Hildegard, one of the club's preeminent hobbyists. After a week of hopeless searching, Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett announced on Monday that his agency had halted the search for Hendrickson in a hilly area northwest of Lake Wenatchee, but that the case remains open as a missing person inquiry. According to Burnett, authorities are investigating if Hendrickson, who was hiking alone, was the victim of foul play. The hunt for the retired Seattle University faculty professor and well-known mushroom authority involved over 60 searches on foot, 8 dog teams, horseback, and helicopter. A half-mile radius around the location of Hendrickson's automobile was searched, but no evidence was located. Law enforcement informed them that if they locate any of Hendrickson's possessions, such as her walking stick or mesh mushroom basket, they shouldn't leave them in place and notify the police to investigate them and the surrounding area. However, Hendrickson's pocketbook and money were discovered in her open car near the trailhead, making it difficult to determine the motivation for assaulting her. Although Hendrickson had planned a day walk, her disappearance was not detected until 3 days later, when a resident in the area realized that her car, which was unlocked, had been there for 3 days. That person searched through the green Ford Focus and discovered paperwork, identifying it as belonging to Hendrickson, whom he knew. He then contacted the sheriff and a search began. A search and rescue training exercise took place in the same area a year later, again with no results. There were many theories that she had fallen and been lost off the trail, or been struck by a passing vehicle on the winding Forest Service road, whose occupants then panicked and hid her body. Let's discuss some of the theories of what could have happened to her. The worst of these theories involve wrongdoing. Individuals may harvest up to 5 liters of morels per day from the national forest, but larger-scale commercial harvesting necessitates a permit. The commercial scale of wild mushrooms is lucrative, and a huge criminal operation can occasionally organize illicit foraging expeditions. If Hildegard came across someone collecting too many mushrooms or in the incorrect spot, her friends believe she would have confronted them. She'd done that before. Andrew Hendrickson, her son, clings to a theory that, although not murder, is still troubling. Hildegard's family members were surprised to find cardiac medication in her home following her disappearance. She hadn't mentioned her cardiac condition to anyone. To avoid thinking about her worst-case scenarios, I've concluded she had some sort of medical episode, and because these commercial pickers aren't necessarily upstanding professionals, and they probably wanted to continue picking in this area, because these mushrooms sell for a lot of money. There was a financial incentive for these people to keep doing what they were doing, Andrew shares. So, we've come to the conclusion that she probably had a heart attack or something, and instead of getting care for her, somebody threw her in a truck and got rid of it later. In the end, Andrew and the rest of Hildegard's survivors accept that she's passed on. In 2015, she was legally declared dead. It's the circumstances that frustrate them. An older but apparently able-bodied woman vanishing, perhaps after a confrontation with other mushroom hunters who were operating outside the law. Hildegard's disappearance caused shockwaves across Seattle and beyond. She was a beloved character who had influenced many people's lives through her work at Seattle University and her participation in local groups. Colleagues and former students recalled her as a devoted educator who helped launch Seattle University's MBA program and made substantial contributions to economics and finance. Her influence extended far beyond the classroom. She was well known for her dedication to community service and participation in a variety of educational and cultural activities. Hildegard's legacy was recognized by Seattle University with memorial services and tributes that celebrated her lifetime of accomplishments and dedication. Her abduction acted as a sobering reminder of the unanticipated risks that might accompany even familiar and everyday activities, leading to heightened awareness of the necessity of safety precautions for those who participate in outdoor activities. The community's outpouring of love and support for Hildegard and her family during this difficult time demonstrated its deep regard and care for her. The disappearance of Hildegard Hendrickson remains unexplained, surrounded in mystery and doubt. Despite the passage of time, her family continues to seek answers, hoping that one day they will uncover what happened to their beloved grandmother. The case's unresolved nature has kept it in the public eye, and it is frequently referenced in a tragic example of the unpredictability of natural hazards. The tragedy has also prompted concerns about how to effectively coordinate and support search and rescue efforts for missing people in remote places. Discussions have been ongoing concerning the possibilities for enhanced technology and more systematic techniques to ensure that search efforts are as effective as possible, even under the most difficult situations. The scenario also highlights the significance of informing the public about the possible risks of mushroom hunting, especially in large and dense forests where it may be easy to become disoriented. Local outdoor clubs and organizations began providing more thorough outdoor navigation and safety training, and there was a call for increased public awareness campaigns to prevent similar accidents in the future. In the end, Hildegard Hendrick's life, love, and talents continue to inspire, bearing witness to a great woman whose passion, knowledge, and kindness touched countless lives. While the mystery of her fate may never be fully resolved, the disappearance of Hildegard Hendrickson remains a disturbing tale within the annals of unsolved mysteries, reminding us all of the delicate balance between human endeavor and nature. As her legacy lives on, so does the hope that one day the shadows surrounding her final journey will be lifted.